Welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. I'm your host, Ron Dichter. Thanks for being a part of our community. Thanks for tuning in today. I want to talk today just about the concept of projecting grandeur and dispel some myths. I've gotten a lot of questions and I've had a lot of conversations with people about what exactly does projecting grandeur mean. And I hear a lot of the fake it till you make it. And, I've already covered this before, but I want to just kind of talk a little bit more about the internal aspects of projecting grandeur and less about the external aspects of it. And when we originally started talking about projecting grandeur, it's about becoming the person that you're meant to be before the world gives you permission. And a lot of that is about, showcasing what it is that you're going to do and, talking before you're walking necessarily, even though you're going to get there. But I want to talk today more about projecting grandeur, both internally inside of your head and internally inside of your own company, and not so much what the outside world sees. So first and foremost, projecting grandeur inside of your head, you got to believe it. Like, you have to, in your mind, have the story about your business, about your movement, about your change. And you have to not only understand the why, as we've talked about before, but you also have to understand the path. And you have to be able to see the path. And it doesn't have to be crystal clear, but it has to be at least, a path that you can see and a path that you can embrace and actually visualize making it through. And I like hiking, and oftentimes when I'm hiking, there's the clear and defined path where you can see, people before you have gone, maybe even there's trail markers. But sometimes the path is like a very, hard to understand or hard to see journey where you think there might be a path there. You can sort of see a path, but you're not absolutely certain. And projecting grandeur is about seeing a path through the forest. Maybe it's not, fully trail broken and trees moved and brush cut, but if it were, it wouldn't be your path. It'd be somebody else's path that you're following. And so you need to go down the path that you see. And again, you just have to have a belief in your mind that you can see the path, that you understand there is a path, and that you can visualize how you're going to get there. Maybe not with granularity, but more abstractly and broadly, how you're actually going to get to that path. Once you believe that in your mind, then you have to be able to see that future and project that grandeur internally so that you believe in your mission, you believe in your cause, you believe in your product, your service, whatever it is. You believe it because you see the path, you understand you can reach the destination if you just stay down this path. And obviously you're going to have to bushwhack along the way and knock down some brush and move some trees and all those things, but you can see the path. The second part of what I want to talk about is internally in your own company. Not what the prospective customer or outside world sees, but what your inside the walls company sees. Whether you're remote, whether you're in office, it doesn't matter. When I'm talking about projecting grandeur, I'm talking about projecting grandeur to your team. So if you see this path, you see the clearing through this forest where if you move some brush and you move some trees, that you can actually get to your destination. But your team doesn't know what's in your mind. And the next part of projecting grandeur is being able to convey that, project that, so that your team can see the path with you. Because it's really hard, it's really tiring, and it's frankly very lonesome trying to go down that path alone and dragging a bunch of tourists with you that don't actually know where they're going, don't even know why they're going down this path, and they're just complaining the whole way. You need to see the path, you need to convey the path, and you need to sell the path so that your internal team can help you, that they can actually help not only see the path, but clear the path for you, because there's going to be a lot of obstacles that you're going to encounter on your path. And those obstacles are tough enough to deal with, on your own, let alone with a team. And so it's much easier to move obstacles when you're working as a unified team. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to project that grandeur so that your team sees where you see. They see the journey. They understand not only where you're trying to get to, but they understand the path that you're going to take to get there. And you're not going to give them a rose-colored glasses version. You're going to tell them it's hard. You're going to tell them the path is going to require a lot of effort and a lot of, bushwhacking and tree knocking and moving boulders and all those things that get in your way. But when you get there, that's the excitement. And that's what you have to convey. Not only where you're going, not only what's going to happen when you get there, but get people bought in on the journey. And you've heard that before, that a road trip, for example, the destination isn't nearly as fun as the journey to get there. Well, building a business, building a company, changing your life, starting a movement, it's all the same. The journey is the enjoyment. So get your team on board, project grandeur, tell them what you're trying to do, show them the path that you see, help them to help move obstacles off of that path. And they may even know some shortcuts along the way as you're going down that path because you're working as a team. So projecting grandeur is not just about telling the outside world what you're going to do. It's about telling yourself, it's about telling your team, it's getting them to buy in, and it's creating an amazing journey because you work collaboratively with your team, you project grandeur about where you're going, and everybody buys in. My name's Ron Dichter. I hope you find this helpful. My goal is to help one person a day. I do this because I care. I do this because I feel like I have a lot of good knowledge that I just need to share. So if you find value out of this, please don't forget to share it with somebody, and maybe it'll help them as well. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and comment. Have a good day.